Hello there guys, yes this is it, this is the Q&A, the answers revealed. So, let's get to it. Okay, so the first question comes from Amelia and her question is, if you could have one food every day for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, for me, probably something bad, because I like all the junk food, so I'm going to say kebab. You know, if it wasn't going to do me harm, then I would have it every single day. Brian asks, where did you and Rachel meet? Well, I used to like a drink or two, and the pub that I used to drink in, Rachel was a barmaid there, so I had my eye on her for a while, and yeah, that's where we met. Romantic, eh? Jaron asks, what do you do for a living, buddy? Well, right now at this moment, nothing. I've just been stopping at home looking after the kids, and but now they've gone to school full time. I'm actually looking for a part-time job or something at the moment as I speak. So, well, not right now because I'm filming this, but yes, I am actually looking for a job. Scott and Jenny ask, how long do you plan on vlogging for, and what, if any, are your future plans for your channel? Just continue vlogging or change it up in any way? Well, at the moment I'm just going to continue vlogging daily, but like I said, at the moment I am looking for a job, so if that changes things it might not be daily, but I will still always continue to vlog because I love it. But I'm not planning on changing anything at the moment, so no, just going to continue vlogging. Next question comes from Kelly. She also asked where me and Rachel met. Well, as I've already mentioned, we met in a pub, in a bar. And but she also asks if there's any other types of videos that I will do, such as tags, or am I just going to stick to vlogging? Well, you guys know me. I'm always going to say I'm going to do this and do that. Like, this was meant to be a life story about me. It never happened, so it turned into a Q&A. So, you know, again, I'm just going to stick to vlogging for now, but hopefully in the future and that, I'll do some tags and collabs and stuff. You never know, eh? Okay, next question. Sapphire says, how long have you and Rach been together, and are you going to get married as you seem so happy together? Me and Rach have been together for 8 years, and it'll be 9 years in February. But no, we have no plans to get married. We are actually engaged, but no, we've never gone to that next step. We're just quite happy as we are. Shell85 asks, will you be getting a car in the future? And the answer is yes, hopefully, and hopefully it won't be too long in the future, but it's all money, money, money into it, and as we all know, Christmas is around the corner, so we'll see, but hopefully it won't be too long. But the answer is yes, definitely we will be. Oh, Rio Family Vlogs ask, what do you like most about YouTube? Well, you guys, all of you, the community, absolutely awesome. Obviously you get the odd trolls and that, and in the past and that, they quite touched a nerve with me because I'm quite a sensitive person, but I've learnt to deal with it and just sort of ignore it now. But yeah, you guys are brilliant. You mean the world to me. I love it. Becky asks, I'd like to know what your reaction was when you found out you were having twins, and were they born near their due dates or were they premature, and are you thinking of having any more children in the future? When we found out we was having twins, yes, we was totally shocked, because when we first went for our first scan, that day we had joked about saying to my mum and Bill, what if we was having twins and blah 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 blah. We all laughed and joked, and then it turned out we were. And then when we rang my mum and Bill to tell them, they did not believe us. It was so funny. They was like, no, we know you're trying to wind us up because you said before you went. So they didn't believe us, and yeah, it was quite a lot to take in actually. We was quite shocked. We didn't expect to buy one and get one free, but there we go. Twins were also born 4 weeks early. This was Rachel had them by C-section, and this was planned to be having them early, as when we had Soph there was complications, which is a different story. So yes, that's why. And are we thinking about having any more children in the future? No, we have thought about it in the past, but then sometimes the way our kids are, we think, nah, we don't need no more. So at this very moment, no, we're not thinking of having it anymore, not just yet. Ben asks, what's the best advice for a new person trying to start a vlogging YouTube channel, considering that you've done so well in the last year or so? Yeah, I don't think I've done too bad. I mean, I'm not big or anything like that, but I didn't expect to get to where I am, and I didn't expect to last, because I give up on things quite easily. But the only advice that I can give you, which everyone will probably give you, is just to be yourself. And I'm me, and that's how I am, and I just film my life. So whatever you want to do on your YouTube channel, just be you and enjoy it. Megan T asks, how was growing up? Well, growing up was okay. As you can see, I'm all good, sort of. No, I've grown up around a loving family, very close to my mum, so really grateful for that. And yeah, everything was fine growing up, and apart from school. That's one thing I didn't like about growing up, was school. Never liked school. Everyone always says school is the best years of your life. Not for me. I was bullied at school, hated school, and sometimes think that's probably the reason I am like I am, with shyness and confidence sometimes. But apart from that, yeah, it was brilliant. So Sweetheart53 asks, have you ever been to the States? If not, would you come in the future? No, I have never been to the States, but would absolutely love to. So yes, one day, hopefully in my lifetime, I will visit, hopefully. Alison Rachel asks, could you show some old photos? I love looking at old pics. I haven't actually got any. I don't know where they've all gone. We used to have some, but if I ever find them, I will show them, I promise. Alison also asks, what would your dream job be? And she thinks I'd be fab in IT. Well, I don't know really. Yeah, probably my dream job would be sat in an office, you know, doing something with computers, I suppose, and earning lots of that. Yeah, so perhaps you're right. My good friend Mr. John Harrison asks a few questions. He wants to know favourite food. I'd have to say kebab. Favourite animal, dog. Best time in your life, having kids. Favourite car, sorry to disappoint you. Obviously I like driving and that, but I haven't really got a favourite car. No, I never really sat down and thought about that. First memory, I don't know. Not a lot goes through here, so I can't really remember what happened yesterday, let alone my first memory. So, I don't know. I really can't think. Sorry. John also asks, stories about when the kids were born. Well, at the moment, there's only one story in my mind, and that is when Sophie was born. And it's not a very happy story, really. Well, obviously, it all turns out happy in the end. But when Rachel was actually pregnant with Soph, she got that, what's called preeclampsia, and it went undetected for a while. And this turned into HELLP syndrome. And, yeah, she just started blowing up like a balloon, and my mum and Rachel's mum had been talking one day, and they said, I think she needs to go to the doctors, and of course the doctors were shut, so it was out of hours, so we ended up at A&E. We ended up at hospital. I'd just finished work, and I never expected what was going to happen next when we got there. So they checked her blood pressure, and they all looked puzzled and went and fetched another blood pressure machine because they thought it was broke, and it turned out that Rachel had got this HELLP syndrome, and they were saying that her blood pressure was that high. On paper, she should have actually been dead or had a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. So the next minute we know, we're rushed into this emergency room, and Rachel's all wired up, and she's panicking, I'm panicking, my mum and that's panicking. And when you've got preeclampsia, HELLP syndrome, normally straight away, as soon as the baby's delivered, the mum and that recovers, you're all okay. But because Rachel's blood pressure was so high, they had to try and get that down before they could get Sophie out. So they was trying for ages and ages, and then it got worse and worse. They didn't think they was going to be able to get her blood pressure down, and then they thought something bad was going to happen. They was trying all sorts. In the end, she had this big tube in her neck, and they said that was their only hope. If that didn't work, then that was it. They didn't tell me this. They told my mum and that, and my mum took me outside and said that Rachel and Soph may not make it, and I just didn't know what to do. Obviously, it was so upsetting. Yeah, it wasn't fun at all. Anyway, luckily, they managed to get her blood pressure down, but then they faced another problem because her blood pressure went too low, so they still couldn't perform the C-section. But then early hours of the morning, they rushed her through to do the C-section, and my poor old mum, bless her, she went with Rach. I was just so scared and upset, and the doctors had already advised that it was probably best that I didn't go in, because they didn't think that things were looking that great, and they didn't want me to have this to worry about all my life. Although that wouldn't have made it any different, because I would have still thought about it. It would still be there forever if anything bad had happened. But anyway, everything turned out okay. Sophie was born, and like I said, thank you to my mum that went in, and it was a nerve-wracking time. It was horrible. And yeah, like I said, Sophie was born. She was 9 weeks early, and she was only £2.15. Could hold you in your hand like that. And she, obviously her body hadn't developed, so she was in hospital for weeks and weeks. Rach recovered after about a week or so and was let out of hospital. And we had a Christmas, and it was awful because Sophie was in hospital, so we was visiting the hospital every day, backwards and forwards. So it made that Christmas not very nice. It was very upsetting. And like I said, Sophie's body hadn't developed very well, so she's got currently 2 scars on her chest, left and right, where she had chest drains in. But luckily for her, when she's older, and you know, she develops, you will not see these scars. So you know, we thought she was going to have big problems with chest, like having a bad chest, because when she come out of hospital, she used to have these breathing problems and that. But she's all right with that now. But she does face a different problem, and she's currently with the hospital due to her kidneys and that. They don't work well. They're scarred, and she's had a few problems with them, and they've told us that in the future she may have to have an operation. So yeah, but luckily they both survived. Sorry that took a long time, but there we go. Next question then. The other side of 30 asks, if money was no object, where would you live, and who from YouTube would you go to visit? Oh, where would I live? Probably not in England. I'm not sure. If money was no object, probably no. I'm not sure. But no, probably not. I don't know what to say now. I don't know where. But no, it probably wouldn't be in England. And who from YouTube would you go and visit? Well, I would go and visit absolutely every single one of you. And in fact, if I had the money now, I would actually book somewhere for us all to meet up and see each other. So yeah, I would, if money was no object, definitely I wouldn't be living in England, and I would definitely visit every single one of you. So there we go. The Honeys also asked how long me and Rach have been together, and are we going to have any kids in the future, which I answered earlier on. So yeah, 8 years me and Rach have been together, and no, not at this moment, we're not going to have any kids, but you never know what the future holds, I suppose. And Sophie Honey also asks, would I do a Draw My Life? No, because I am no good at drawing. Becky Smith asks, if you had £1,000 gifted to you, what would you buy with it? I know what you guys are thinking straight away. MacBook! Oh yes, I would. But no, let me put this straight, right? Yeah, if I didn't need the money, like to help with my family or bills or something like that, then yeah, I'd probably buy something Apple. But if not, if the kids needed something like clothes, or then obviously I would use it for them, because as most of you know, I did get myself a MacBook, but ended up selling it, sacrificed it just so that I could, you know, get the kids some new stuff and that. So yeah, there we go. Jane Jones asks, what's your favourite thing to do at a weekend? Well, in the winter, when it's raining, snowing, cold and that, we just like to stay at home and laze about. But if we've got money and it's warm outside and that, we do like to go out a lot, although that hasn't happened a lot recently because of money and stuff. But yeah, there we go. Susie asks, what were your favourite childhood memories growing up? Well, like I said, this little brain can't remember things. But if I think really long and hard, I would just say, well, I love Christmas, so I remember lots of Christmases being excited when I was young. Oh yes. Yes, actually, now I think of it, I actually had an asthma attack one Christmas Eve because I got that excited. But even though that's not good having an asthma attack, it was a great memory because I was so excited for Santa. So yeah, yeah, lots of lovely Christmases with the family when I was younger. Christine asks, would we have any more kids? Again, not right now, but you never know what the future holds. Rocky and Rich ask, what was your dream job? Again, same question as earlier. Yeah, probably sat in an office, not doing a lot, on a computer, earning lots of spondoolies, something like that. Yeah, having my own business or something, it'd be great. Libby asks, do you have any brothers and sisters? Yes, I have one sister, one stepbrother and a stepsister. Sparkles 1979 asks, do I have a bucket list? And if I do, what kind of things are on there? Unfortunately, no, I've never sat down and done a bucket list. Of course, there's things in the world that I'd like to go and do and see and that, but no, I've never actually sat down and thought about it properly, actually. I can be quite boring. I'm sorry about that. She also asks, what's my #1 parental tip? I don't really have any, because the reason is everyone is different, and some people may like the way I bring my kids up, others won't, and that's how life is. So I don't know, everyone is absolutely different, and as long as you're caring for your kids and looking after them, then I believe that's all that matters. Everyone has their own different ways, so that's what I would say to that. Wendy also asked, do I have any siblings? Like I said not long ago, yes, I do have a sister, a stepbrother and a stepsister. Joanna asks, I know you have said you're not keen on where you live, so my question is, if you could choose where you'd like to live in the UK, where would it be? Well, like I said not long ago, if I had lots of money, if it was no object, it probably wouldn't be in the UK. But if it had to be somewhere in the UK, for it to go somewhere, it'd probably be a seaside town or something like that. Not because it's always fun or something like that, but it's just, I don't know, it's just something about seaside places. It's just nice. I like it. So, in the past we have actually thought about it, but never done anything about it because of like families here and that, so I just couldn't do it. But yeah, probably a seaside place. Bridget B asks, what do I love about myself? Honestly, nothing. I have no confidence whatsoever, really. I know sometimes I come across like, you wouldn't think that I worry, you'd think I've got a lot of confidence, but really I haven't. But if I was to meet any of you guys, I would be so shy, I wouldn't know what to say. But once you get to know me, then I am like this. I'm silly, I act silly all the time, and that's just how I am. But no, I couldn't say that I really love anything about myself. I could change lots of things about myself, definitely, but no. Maybe you guys know something that you love about me. Mummy Life and Me asks, how did you get into making YouTube videos, and who are your favourite YouTubers to watch? Well, when I first left my last job, I got into gadgets, and obviously, as you all know, I love my iPhones. I started watching videos on jailbreaking, and that really interested me. And I watched people were reviewing all these tweaks that you could do to your iPhone and that, and I thought, oh, I like doing that. So I gave it a go and really got into it, and then I thought, oh, I could make a YouTube channel and review tweaks and stuff and give a bit back. So that's what I started off doing. Didn't work out that great. I had a couple of videos that did okay and stuff, but mainly I'd been watching vlogs like big YouTubers like Fun for Louie, Timos and all that, and I just something that I really would rather do was vlogging, but just didn't have the confidence to do it. So anyway, one day I just decided I'm going to do it, and I'm glad I did, because I really enjoyed doing it. And like sometimes editing can give you a headache if it's not going right, if the editing software is not going right and stuff. You feel like sometimes you can give it up, but when it, you know, when it's going all right and that, I actually really look forward to editing and stuff like that. It's just something I really enjoy doing, and I'm really pleased that I've actually done this. Yeah, because I give up on things easily as well, and I haven't, because I'm really, really enjoying it. So yeah, like I said, mentioned there, Fun for Louie, Timos, and people like that, big YouTubers that I used to watch. But now I'm on like this community, and all these people like me, I'd rather watch them. I still do watch some of the big YouTubers sometimes, but mainly just this community that we're in right now. I stick to all them, watching them. So. And my good friend Yvonne asks, when I was employed, what line of work was I in? Well, as I mentioned earlier, guys, I did not like school at all. So education, I didn't get a lot of grades, not good grades anyway. So I didn't want to go to college either. I always wanted to go straight out to work. So as soon as I left school at 16, I went straight into a factory job. Oh, yes. And then when I had to quit that job, I went into another factory job. Oh, yes. And then I went back to an old factory job after that one. Oh, yes. And then, I went chicken catching. Yes, you'd be all like, chicken catching? What's that? Yes, it was a very dirty job, but good money. But I had to leave in the end. I didn't get the sack or anything like that. It was lots of reasons why. But, yes, for one reason, it wasn't doing my health very good. I was coughing. You're breathing in feathers all day. It's in a lot of heat in sheds, and it's very dirty. You get chicken poop all over you and you stink. So that's what I did. My good friend Sherry asks, have you always had pets growing up and also as an adult? Yes, I have. Oh, yes, I love pets. I've had lots of hamsters when I was little, dogs, cats. When I lived with my mum, they've had parrots and birds, and we've had a bird before. And she also says, what was your favourite ever pet? Well, my favourite ever pet was my best friend ever. His name was Whiskey. He was a Labrador. Lovely dog he was. He used to do silly things like even follow me to school. Oh yes, and if I visited my nan's when I was little, by the time I got there, he was already there. He used to cross the train tracks. He was clever. He was just like a human being. If we went to the shop, he'd carry the paper home for me. I don't know, he was just my best friend. And sadly, when he had to be put down because he got very poorly, it was one of the saddest times in my life as well when I was younger. Oh, it was. But yes, definitely Whiskey, the Labrador dog. Yes, that was my best ever pet. Right, Calvin on Twitter would also like to know how me and Rach met, and as I've already said a few times now, that we met in a pub, in a bar, and he would also like to know what's the full story about Jay. Well, obviously, as you all know, I have another daughter, Jasmine, who I see, well, used to see most Saturdays and that, but it's like every other Saturday, meant to be at the moment, but without having a car at the moment, it's pretty hard. But, yeah, there's nothing to really say. She's from a different relationship. When I was in that relationship when I was young, I'm not going to start, you know, saying stuff about Jay's mum and that. It's just not right. But it was just a relationship that should have never happened. We was both young and silly, and we ended up having a child, and that's Jasmine, and I wouldn't be without her now. That's all I can say about that, really. So as this video is getting so long now, I'm going to answer these last two questions together because they're basically the same. So Natalie and Ashley Vlogs want to know, what's your favourite thing about each kid and Rach? Firstly, I'd like to say Rach, we always say she's blonde. You know that saying, she's blonde, because she sometimes comes out with the silliest things, funniest things, and it just makes her. And that's what we all love about Rach. Just wouldn't be Rach otherwise. As for the kids, well, there's lots of things that I love them all, and I can't really say a favourite thing about each one of them. That I like the way that they're all different, especially the twins. You know, with them being twins and that, you'd think they'd like the same sort of things and that, but they don't. They're quite different actually in lots of ways. But yeah, there's lots of things that they do that I dislike, but no, I love them all, and I can't really say what my favourite things are about each of them, but yeah, just that they're great. Natalie did also ask, what places have you travelled to in the UK and the world? Well, in the UK I've been to Scotland before. That's about it. I have been abroad before. When I was young, I went to Spain with my mum. And when I was 18, I went on a lad's holiday when I was just 18. Oh, it seems so long ago. And we went on a lad's holiday to Greece, which was really fun. Well, I think it was. I can hardly remember. I used to drink a lot then. So yeah, it was all about drinking that holiday. Definitely lots of booze involved. So yeah. So there we go, guys. That is the end of the Q&A. Hopefully you enjoyed it and hopefully you got what you wanted answered. If you did miss out and I didn't get to read your comment, then leave it in the comment section down below or wherever. And I will try and answer it sometime soon. And hopefully I'll do one of these again. So yeah, just sorry it was kind of long and long-winded, but I go around the houses to explain myself sometimes, but I do appreciate your patience. Anyway guys, that's it. Thank you and take care.